at some point. Like
Exactly.
And I'm gonna be me.
Exactly.
And like I know how I affect my players. I know how I affect the players. I know how I affect the team. I know how I affect people. Like I'm gonna have an opportunity. Like and when I get that opportunity, Fred, I'ma shine.
Bask on demand. Sit back and watch the show. Let you talk your shit, but we done heard it all before. She don't got that same glow anymore. Acting like it's painful, bitch ain't nothing, bro. Brand new me, pop a tab for the feeling. She say I'm OD, flexing on my old demons. Offshore, shit degrees, shit won't freeze. Been the one to beat, stop, drop to your knees.
Welcome back. What's up? What's happening, people? Welcome back to Reid&React, baby. It's been so long. Feel like it's been forever. But man, been a lot going on. We are currently in the AFC NFC Championship in real time. But for us losers, fans of us loser teams, this is an exciting time. Some of us are finding new coaches, new coordinators, and saying goodbye to players that we've known for years. When there's been a lot to happen in Atlanta since the last time we've heard from each other. But oh boy, today, as we speak, it is Saturday, January the 27th, and the Atlanta Falcons have named their new head coach, Raheem Morris. Now, when I tell y'all, there were so many mixed emotions when this hiring happened, and it was to be expected. You know, whether it was Belichick, I think a lot of people were like Bobby Slowick, Ben Johnson, and let me speak on them before I get into Raheem. Okay, yes, Bobby Slowick and Ben Johnson seem like they can draw some plays up, they can put people in the right spaces, create mismatches, woo, right? But if you look at the teams left in the championship right now, Dan Campbell, the head coach of the Lions, Jim Harbaugh, coach of the Ravens, Kyle Shanahan, coach of the 49ers. What's the other team? It said the Lions or Ravens. Oh, the Chiefs. Andy Reid, right? While also being great play callers, great coaches, they are leader of men. They are well respected around the league, and they have connections. Okay? Bobby Slowick and Ben Johnson don't have all those things. They have one of those things. Okay? Now, that doesn't mean that they can't go be great coaches somewhere. But when you think about where we are at with what the Falcons have, it seems to go in the better direction with Raheem. When you sit down and you look at everything, you look at the numbers, and you put everything together, this makes sense. Okay? Now, with the hiring of Raheem Morris, brings a lot of connections around the league. For those that don't know, Raheem Morris was an assistant defensive coordinator for Tampa for quite some time, starting out his stint at coaching in the NFL. And then, after that, first of all, because people will go and say, well, hey, he had a horrible stint as head coach his first time through. Keep in mind, this man was 32 years old, and while that is extremely old to Gen Zers and millennials, that is baby age for coaching in the NFL. 32 years old is very young. Okay, that Bucs team also, their best players were a washed-up Rondé Barber, Josh Freeman, and LeGarrette Blount. Okay, that is not shit. And in Raheem's second year as head coach for the Bucs, they actually had a winning record. It was 10 and something. I didn't write it down, but it was a good record. The Falcons won that year, but we were like 13 and 3. The Saints were 11 and 5, and then the Bucs ended up winning, or the Bucs ended up being third place that year. So his year with the Bucs, his time with the Bucs was short-served. He had a very possessive owners and the Glazers. There's a good little thread on Twitter if you want to look into it in depth. But basically, he had an unfair run. So then he had to go and build himself back up. That's when he went back. He went to the Falcons, became the wide receivers coach, then worked his way back to the defensive coordinator. He was on the team when we had Kyle Shanahan, Mike McDaniel. He was also on the 2016 was it 2016? Oh, so the year before we went to the Super Bowl, that's when Mike McDaniels and them was there. But Kyle Shanahan stayed until after that Super Bowl year, and Raheem was there after the Super Bowl year. Yeah, that's right. So he was also on the Redskins team that had Bobby Slowick, Ben Johnson, Mike McDaniels, and Kyle Shanahan all on that roster. And then after he left Atlanta, while he was in Atlanta, he became the interim head coach after we fired Dan Quinn, after he failed to bring any more success after that Super Bowl run. And he was the interim head coach after we started 0-5 that year. Finished 4-7. However, this is a very interesting stat. That was the last time the Falcons have won a game of 30 plus points, was back when Raheem Morris was interim head coach. And then after we basically went with Arthur Smith, we let him go be the defensive coordinator over at the Rams. Ended up winning a Super Bowl with the Rams as the defensive coordinator. And fast forward to this year, they exit out the wild card. But if you look at this Rams team, two things stand out to me. One, their Super Bowl run against Joe Burrow and the lightning, super talented Jamar Chase. He held Joe Burrow to under 300 yards. He held that their running offense to under 100 yards, being 70. And this year, fast forward, he had two rookies in Byron Young and Kobe Turner to lead all rookie defenders in sacks. Now, why is that important, you may say? Well, we have two very underdeveloped edge players, young cats, in Zach Harrison and Arnold Ebiketie, that need to reach their full potential. Now, I understand that we need an edge. I understand that you want to, let's just go draft him, right? But what if you go and you give $20 million to Daniel Hunter, right? What if you go give $20 million to a big stud edge who can win one-on-ones, who can add pressure, but not only that, you got great quality rotational pieces in Ebiketie, and they'll rotate. Well, you also have Zach Harrison, who can play the 3 or can go play wide and learn from a player like Daniel Hunter or whoever you draft. If you want to go rookie, that's fine. But I'm saying, if you're bringing in Raheem Morris, who can turn two rookies that you get in your third round, mind you, and have both of them on the same team lead the league in sacks, that says a lot. And you're bringing in the right coach for that. You're bringing in the right coach to bring out the potential in all our young stars. All the momentum. You can bring the momentum, the morale, boost the morale. In my opinion, I didn't like it at first, right? When I first saw it, I was like, Raheem, well, that doesn't move the needle for me. But then, I started seeing everything and everybody around the league, Jalen Ramsey, Bobby Wagner. There's a video about Mike Tomlin, what he said about Raheem Morris.
Guys being denied are in the top 32. Wow. Raheem Morris is the best coach I know and ever been around that don't have a head job. And I don't have a problem saying it. I've never had a problem saying it. I've been saying it. And I know.
It's plenty. It's like on and on and on. Kyle Shanahan came out and said it's been long overdue. I'm very happy for Atlanta. Fuck Kyle Shanahan, but still, he spoke very highly of him. And for Raheem to have been under McVay for so long, if you don't think he picked up a thing or two from him, then you got another thing coming. And speaking of picking up a thing or two from Sean McVay, you may be wondering, well, you got a head coach, but what are the Falcons going to do about their offensive coordinator? Is Raheem going to call plays? No, motherfucker. Because he did not also pick up his coaching skill sets from McVay. We brought the passing coordinator and quarterback coach from the Rams, who worked with Matthew Stafford and worked with rising stars like Puka Nacua, Cooper, Amar. Wow, why am I forgetting his name? Jesus Christ. Why am I forgetting his name? Y'all know what I'm talking about, bro. Cooper Kupp. God damn, I wanted to say Amari Cooper, Cooper DeJean, Jesus. All these Coopers, man. Anyway, yeah, so you're bringing in a guy who's going to get a shot to really do his thing, because he's got I don't know, I'm not saying, but let's be real. Falcons got a way better offense than the Rams. We just didn't have a quarterback like Matthew Stafford. And Matthew Stafford's probably top 3 quarterbacks in the league. Let's be real. This year he was top 3 for sure. However, nonetheless, this should tell us another thing, is that we're going to go spend big on quarterback. We're going to back up the Brinks truck, bro. We're going to unload first rounders, and we're going to go get our guy. And if you're asking me what would I do, I'm trading with the Patriots, because a quarterback going to the Patriots at 3 isn't going to fix shit, and you're just going to get the motherfucker hurt for whenever you actually start bringing in help. So if you think the Patriots, and that's the thing, like, we really have a shot at staying at 8. We might not have to move, but you just don't want to go into the draft, let all those days of free agency go by, and you still are sitting there with Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke. So there's going to have to be a move before the move, if that makes sense. So there's going to have to be either a vet or a young guy or a young piece to go get before the draft to have a contingency plan, because that's, if you can't change your plan sucks, basically. So be ready for the Falcons to make a move come March. The Senior Bowl, Shrine Bowl is happening. We're watching all these young studs go the one-on-ones for the linemen, receivers. It's great. We love this time of year when your team loses and you're just looking for who's your next star. What's your team gonna do? It's a beautiful time of year, I must say, for us loser fan bases. But that's all I got to say. I had to come in and update y'all, tell y'all what was going on with the team, talk about it a little bit, give my thoughts, because, a lot's been going on. I ain't said nothing about the Arthur Smith firing, because we all knew that was happening. But it's good to just wait, let information come out, because I was going to make a video yesterday, but we just hired Zach. What's his name? It's not Zach. I keep thinking of players that we have fucking the same name. Zach Robinson. We just got him today. Like, the news just broke that we hired him. And this guy was sought after from multiple teams. Like, he was getting requests from 5 other teams before we hired him. So from Ian Rappaport, Rams QB coach and pass game coordinator Zach Robinson is requested to interview for the vacant Bucs OC job, sources said. A potential reunion with Baker Mayfield. Robinson is one of the busiest coordinators with active interest from the Saints, Steelers, Patriots, Raiders, among others. And that included us. So just to give you some perspective on how highly touted this guy was, right? And he ended up coming to the Falcons. So, and this goes to the example of what Raheem brings to the team outside of play calling and being a leader of men. He has connections. People want to play for him. People want to be a part of the coaching staff with this guy. They want to win with this guy. And you're going to see free agency now. You're going to see. We did this with Arthur Smith. We were able to bring in Jesse Bates, Anya Mata, Caden Ellis. And they all hit. Just imagine what we can do now. Just imagine bringing in a T. Higgins. Just imagine bringing in a Daniel Hunter. Just imagine bringing in a Josh Allen. Just imagine bringing in a Chris Jones, bringing back Calais Campbell. Ooh. I can't wait, baby. I can't wait for this free agency period to start. This is going to be fun. And you're going to be hearing from me a lot more. Yes, I know my spirits was broken the last time you heard me. It was like, it's over. I quit. I'm over it. But, off-season fun, man. We love it. Because basketball is shitty. I might do a video on the Hawks and how terrible they are. Because, boy, last night they let Luka drop 73 on us, bro. I almost threw up on my phone. But, anyway, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Love y'all. Thanks for coming back. Sayonara. Arrivederci. A peace out.